This is your daily market recap for Wednesday, November 1st, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, a daily market review for Wednesday, November 1st, 2023. Interesting day. A lot of us were expecting some potential rally. We had some levels come into the market potentially that we thought we might hit this week at some point before rolling over. Well, today was a little more aggressive. We had the FOMC release of no action at all. They didn't change interest rates. However, they did talk about the same things. They want to reduce their balance sheet. They're worried about they're worried about inflation. They're trying to get to 2%. They know unemployment is rising. They have a ton of bonds to sell to the end of the year. It sounds, again, like they're kind of stuck, but the market squeezed, and it looked purely based on the futures action. And then once the futures get squeezed, obviously you know what happens. So going into the rest of the week and the future, we did have some red flags today. Saw definitely some interesting things within financials, materials, IWM. Let's just dig through the evidence. Again, if you bring a ruler to trade and expect to be perfect, you're definitely not going to be. So let's do the best we can to parse through the information and see if we can get through what's the next leg of this stuff. So again, because we're at some important levels. New to the channel, want to join the Discord room, links in the description below. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do live chats, multiples a week. I think it's worth it. Also, too, thetradingagent.com, check it out. Brokerage referral. Get $1,000 if you sign up, or $1,000 worth of shares of Interactive Brokers stock. Again, most referral codes, you don't get anything for signing up a brokerage. They'll be around. I use them. Also, Mark is 5.4%. Make sure you're getting paid while you wait for this inflation. Again, back to basics education series from more beginner to advanced and direct line. Keep an eye on the Twitter, posting what we're up to on there. I think, again, there's a lot of stuff going on. So if you have any questions, again, please reach out. Always here to help. Fed watch tool, we know going into next meeting is probably going to be a pause. There is this potential of a rate hike at this point, but it's so fresh. Don't even worry about it. Bitcoin starting to break out, potentially new highs. Keep an eye on it. I'm just curious to see how it acts the rest of the night. Oil, we talked about demand destruction, right? Here's another thing. So oil today popped, gave it all back, took out the range of lows. Let's see if we get continuation, because again, if the market's strong, the economy's strong, oil demand should be going up, not down. Natural gas, interesting little action today. It's been gapping up, and it's not gapping up and holding up, but it did the best it could. Dollar gapped up, turned over today. Again, we said watch the 20-day. Now, this is one of the things about it. Dollar holding up. Again, lots of currencies are crap. Jeffrey Gunlock today came out, the bond king, as he self-proclaims, came out today and said, buy all parts of the yield curve. Interesting action today in the bonds. Again, as we've said, we think they're potentially bottom. They're going to be choppy, but I don't trust them. We'll see what happens here. Because again, I mean, the Treasury has a massive amount of bonds that needs to sell by the end of the year. Almost $1 trillion. I mean, I guess 780 billion, whatever, a rounding area, trillion. But point being is, I don't know who's going to be buying them. And the Feds better figure that out. And I know the best way for them to get money rolling around would be to go to what? From stocks to bonds. So we'll see if they do that. VIX, look at this. I mean, just absolute destruction quickly. Everyone's like, oh, this is the bottom for the year. And it's like, man, a VIX of 23? That's it? Look at the last year, which, again, look at the volatility. I mean, we had VIX up into 30s minimum. 23? It's really over? Watch the 50-day. Clearly, that's important. VIVIX came back down to the range lows. Not surprised. Right? Not surprised. Keep it on that. SPY hit the 200-day today. 200-day moving average. Hit it, and then look what happened at the close. I mean, again, I typically don't, pay too much attention, but look at the volume. Somebody was unloading into the close. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, doesn't mean it can't go a little higher tomorrow. Who knows what the futures open at tomorrow. But QQQ, interesting action. Again, we thought 355 would probably be that zone. Now we're into it. Maybe the 20-day. It's just way too fast, in my opinion. Because again, in a down market, as we've talked about this, you get these quick ups and they come back down. Quick ups come back down. Oops, I just ruined that. Same kind of thing. You get some quick ups, then you come back down. So do I trust it? No, I don't. Again, but here's the thing. You're going to have to manage it. You're going to have to manage it, right? QQQs, in my opinion, have the most potential downside. Why? Because they held up the most, and they're most affected by higher interest rates. I repeat, they're the most affected. So just watch the range, 355 plus. IWM, you'd think this would be up like $2 or $3 today. It was up a whopping 90 cents, 0.5%. Doesn't look that good. DIA, which again, up 200 points. I mean, you would think this thing would be up at like 400 or 500. Held the range of lows back to the 20-day. Again, we'll have to go look a little deeper. Gold, we talked about metals. You know, if the Feds are really pivoting and the economy is going to be strengthening, not strengthening, they're going to be providing liquidity, gold should rip. Watch it. It's pulling back. Silver and the miners have not confirmed gold. I've tried to warn people. Like, you think silver will be up in the 22 plus? It's down here. It just doesn't really look that good. GDX. Look at this. Lagging. Makes lower lows, lower highs. Something doesn't look right. GDXJ, which, again, the juniors look basically the same, guys, friends. Y'all, this doesn't really look good. Again, miners, I don't trust it. Now people say, oh, that means because we're getting comfortable, risk on. Okay, we'll see. I mean, I don't think so, in my opinion. But AG, AEM, I mean, they all just flatten out. I mean, FNV we follow, like, this was interesting. Like, it's absolutely getting destroyed. Why? Newmont, again, maybe there's some news, but that doesn't look good. Newmont should be in like the 40s, maybe 50s. Look, it's way down here in the 37s. PAAS looks like junk too. We'll see. Taiwan Semi, again, this one has been nothing since Buffett hit the sell button on it. Today's action, okay. I mean, it looks probably the weakest of the bunch. Micron, peak popped up, held the 200-day back to the range. Hard. I mean, I've said I've witnessed chop before, but this is pretty sloppy choppy. Pretty sloppy choppy. Now, you could argue, I mean, it's equal lows, so equal highs. I don't know. AMD had earnings. I mean, I thought they were mediocre at best, but guess what? Rally up, 100-day channel high, worth a watch. NVIDIA takes out the lows, rally back, all over the place. Next resistance right here. I mean, could you get to the 20-day? Always possible. Intel, I've been adding to the short on this one. I hope it works out. Again, gaps, drops down, gaps up. 4 days of straight up. I like it. Again, we'll see what happens. SMH, channel lows, 200-day. Not surprised. Little bounce. Just keep an eye on it. Adobes, keep an eye on it. What does it do? Bounce with the market. Man, if we see, I don't know what the right level is, but this is, I like shorts on that. If we get more highs, even better. Apple going into earnings tomorrow after the close. You know, if the market pulls back, are they going to blame Apple? I don't know. That someone was saying, like, that's the logical thesis. We'll see. I mean, I thought we'd get up to the 200. Again, we talked about taking profits yesterday on some of the shorts. If you didn't take some down here. So far, looking so good. Maybe the 20-day. It's just hard to know. Amazon going gangbusters. Again, sometimes you're wrong. I will be very impressed to see if it can get over this 137 area with any gusto. Because I think this is, again, it's kind of similar like to the Intel. Like, this is just not sustainable. You see this kind of stuff in down moves, actually, which I try to warn people. Like, you get these like zing, and then they give it right back. Zing, give it right back. Or notice with the uptrends, it was like small, okay, chop, small, chop, up, chop. Uh-oh, nice couple days, pull back. But none of this, like, I mean, 117 to 137. Do the math there. That's a big move. It's not sustainable. CRM holding the 200 level. Watch this. Hoping it, does what it's going to do. Hopefully, if it breaks the 200 area. Guggenheim, as we talked about, gotten smoked on earnings, rallying back if it sees the 130 area. Meta, I mean, here you go. Market, pull it up. Futures and QQs, pulled everything up. It was just going nowhere most of the day, and then boom, caught the bid at the end, took it to the 20-day. Basically after lunch, I mean, 305 to 310, 311, whatever, 312, I guess. Microsoft, back up to the range highs, man. Like, we'll see what happens here. Again, I like this short. I am eyeing that one hard again. NDAQ, nothing. MicroStrategy, after hours, a little bit up, right? 435 with Bitcoin action. Just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Netflix, what do you say? Is it going to break channel and fail? I don't know. I don't believe this at all. I mean, look at the volume. It is such boo-fangoo. So bad. We'll see, though. I mean, again, that's the thing about the futures action, and it can just pull the market up and pull the names up. Roblox, Magnificent 7. Everyone's like, oh, you idiot. And like, all right, well, I'd still do it again. Tesla caught a bit at the very end of the day, last hour or two. I mean, especially with the Fed stuff. I mean, it's like, all right, this thing's been cooked. Materials, here's where it gets interesting. Like X, I don't even know why I'm showing it. Nucor, you would think this would be up $3 or $4. No. Flat, up 20 cents. Caterpillar, now this was oversold from earnings. Okay, not surprising. You can give it a little oomph. FedEx, interesting, right? Oil down, kind of chopping around, hits a 20-day, like to the T. VALE, right? Watching this one, okay. Not surprised, up a little bit. Arrow down, that's a little concerning, like new lows. CCJ, I thought this would continue up today. 15 cents is not an up day, 14. We'll see what happens here. CF, again, ag names, nothing. Whole bunch of nothing. Look at this. New lows for Mosaic. NTR, chopping around, makes a new low. Doji. AA, you would think this would be up, right? Alcoa, hits a 20, fails. Now you get into the financials where it gets interesting. Look, hits a 20-day. Perfect. Look at JP Morgan, down 12 cents today. Something seems wrong, okay? Fills the gap again. Morgan Stanley, you would think this would be up $2 or $3. Nope. 15 cents. Bank of America, nothing today. Doji. Goldman, now you get in the channel high, which is interesting, the 20-day. Keep an eye on that one for potential short. KRE, not much of anything today. Just a little tight inside action. You would think when the market lifting, the financials would go nuts. Someone doesn't trust financials. Breaks out of the channel, busting back in for the XBI. Keep an eye on that. Just interesting too. Look at the IYT again. So some of these other ETFs, like Doji. You would think this thing would be up huge, right? XLB material names, right? Huge. Doji day. Here's another industrial ETF. Just nothing. Not much of anything. I did see housing was up, and again, I guess people are super excited that rates are coming down. Okay, we'll see. It's oversold back up to the 200-day. Solar, right? Like that should be. That thing's been absolutely crushed. It should rally, right? Nothing. Sedge. Oh man, it's at 58 after hours. Oh my God. Earnings. Ugh. Why does anyone hold these junk? ENPH. Ugh. It is down at 71. Ouch. First Solar tried to pop today. Gave it right back on their earnings. Again, I don't know how to describe their earnings. Was it good? Was it bad? HYG did a little bit of a rally, which you got to give it credit for. Okay, we'll see. Back to a channel potential. Again, this is good. Market would like that. Well, can't argue everything's bad. Costco hits the 50-day, chopping around. Keep an eye on that. But then again, it's you say the same thing. It's like, what is oil with oil? Okay, it opened up, closed low. Natural gas, just chopping all. Again, I don't even know why I showed that. XOP, you would think the XOP would be up $2 or $3, right? Down 30 cents. How about ExxonMobil, right? Like that's a big one, down 20 cents. Like look at this, closed at the low of the day, essentially. Oxy, same thing, closing at the low of the day. Something doesn't seem right here. I would think these oil and gas names would rally, right? Valero had a nice up and then gave it right back. Doji. MPC, they had their earnings. Interesting. Wick. Keep an eye on that. Interesting. Wick. EQT. Chopping around, nothing there. And then Flex LNG, just whatever, 42 cents. Not a big deal. So I know this is hard. Trust me. If you're thinking this is easy, that's sometimes, that's what the thing is. It goes from easy, goes to hard. Things are simple. You understand what's going on. And then guess what? The market throws a crap. So throws something crap shoot at you. You just don't know. So be safe, be thoughtful. Again, you have to define your risk. You, me, everybody trading, we all have to have our risk defined. And sometimes you're going to be wrong. And sometimes if you bring the ruler to trading, you're going to be right. But then most times you're not. Going into tomorrow and then the jobs data on Friday, who the heck knows? Who the heck knows? Could we rally some more? It's always possible. But it's squeezy. It's very J.R. Squeezy. I'm trying to think of J.R. Reed. No, not him. Ex-Carolina player. Patrick Squeezy. So please be careful. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out. Use the Calendly link. Love to chat. Appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. Again, tough. The market is tough. Take notes. Again, I'm going to go through my journal tonight. I'm going to go through levels. I'm going to do even more work just to make sure I know what is going on. If you're doing the minimal amount of work just watching these videos, it's probably a good start. But if you're not analyzing your trades, what you did right, what you did wrong, what's going on, you don't learn, right? It's great to have these journals so you can look back at these Fed days. All right, I'll talk to you guys and gals later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.